Stop trying to be liked. I know that sounds harsh, maybe even a little confusing, because your whole life you've probably been taught the opposite. Be nice, be agreeable, don't say too much, don't take up too much space. But what if I told you that the moment you stop performing for approval is the exact moment people start noticing you? And no one represents this better than Jennie Kim, a global icon, a member of one of the biggest girl groups in the world, a solo artist, a fashion powerhouse, and someone who built her presence without begging for validation. And that's exactly what makes her different. Think about it. Millions of girls are constantly trying to be seen, trying to be validated, trying to fit into what they think people will like. But Jennie? She doesn't chase that. She doesn't over-explain herself. She doesn't beg to be understood. She doesn't try to prove her worth every 5 seconds. And somehow, that's exactly what makes her so powerful. So the real question is, why does that work? Why does the girl who tries less end up attracting more? I used to think confidence was about being louder, proving people wrong, showing the world what I'm capable of. Maybe you felt that too, right? Like if you just work harder, say the right things, act the right way, people will finally see your value. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The more you try to convince people, the less convincing you become. And Jennie understood this early. While most people were chasing attention, she was building identity. And there's a huge difference. During her trainee years, when no one was watching, no one was clapping, no one even cared yet, she wasn't just practicing dance or vocals. She was becoming someone who could handle success. And that's the part nobody talks about. Everyone wants the spotlight, but no one prepares for the pressure that comes with it. Ask yourself this honestly, are you trying to get results, or are you becoming the kind of person who can sustain them? Because the truth is, confidence isn't built when everything is going right. It's built in silence. It's built when you're doubting yourself, but still showing up. It's built when there's no validation, no applause, no reassurance. And most people quit in that phase. But that's exactly where the foundation is created. Now let's talk about something even more real, criticism. Because if you're going to step into your power, this is unavoidable. And Jennie? She's faced a lot of it. Lazy dancer accusations, dating scandals, people calling her privileged, arrogant, overrated. The internet had something to say about everything she did. And here's what's fascinating, she didn't respond the way most people do. She didn't jump online to explain herself. She didn't write long emotional apologies. She didn't try to fix everyone's perception of her. She just kept going. And I want you to pause here for a second, because this is powerful. Think about how much energy you spend trying to explain yourself, trying to make sure people don't misunderstand you, trying to control how you're perceived. What if you just stopped? What if you let people think whatever they want and focused on your own path instead? That's not weakness. That's boundaries. See, most people think confidence is about being strong all the time, pushing through everything, never stopping. But Jennie shows something different. Real strength is knowing when to stop. Like when she walked off stage during a performance because her body literally couldn't continue. People called her unprofessional. But what they didn't understand was she was protecting herself. And that leads to a question you need to ask yourself. Are you taking care of yourself, or are you constantly sacrificing your well-being just to meet expectations? Because a lot of us have been conditioned to think that burning out is dedication, that pushing through pain is strength. But it's not. It's self-neglect. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And deep down, you know that. One of the biggest reasons Jennie stands out is because she's mastered detachment. Not in a cold, distant way, but in a grounded, secure way. She doesn't need everyone to like her. She doesn't need to prove her worth. She moves with this quiet confidence that says, I know who I am. And that energy? It's rare. Let me ask you something. Do you act differently depending on who you're around? Do you filter yourself, change your personality, adjust your behavior just to fit in? Do you replay conversations in your head thinking, did I say too much? Did they like me? If yes, then you're doing what most people do, and that's exactly why most people feel invisible. Because when you're constantly adjusting yourself, no one ever sees the real you. But the moment you stop chasing, you start attracting. That's exactly what she does. She doesn't follow trends, she sets them. She doesn't try to fit into an image, she creates her own. Whether it's her fashion, her music, or the way she carries herself, there's always this underlying message: this is me. Take it or leave it. And here's the interesting part. People respect that. Even the ones who criticize her. Because when you respect yourself, you teach others how to treat you. Now, another thing that makes her magnetic is that she's not one-dimensional. She's not trying to be perfect. She's not trying to fit into one box. She can be powerful and soft, serious and playful, luxurious and relatable. And that's something a lot of people struggle with. We think we have to pick one identity and stick to it. But real confidence comes from embracing all parts of yourself. You don't have to be one thing. You're allowed to evolve. And let's go even deeper here, because this is where most people miss the point. A lot of people see someone like Jennie and think, she's just naturally confident. But confidence like that? It's built. It's practiced. It's chosen, especially on the days when it's hardest. There were moments in her career where it would have been easier to shrink, easier to apologize, easier to become more likable. And that's what most people do. They adjust themselves to avoid criticism. They tone themselves down so they don't intimidate others. They become smaller versions of who they are just to fit into spaces that were never meant for them. So let me ask you something honestly. Where in your life are you doing that right now? Where are you holding back your opinions? Where are you dimming your personality? Where are you pretending to be okay with things that don't sit right with you? Because every time you do that, you're teaching yourself that your real self isn't enough. And that's a dangerous pattern. Jennie broke that pattern. Not by being loud, not by rebelling for attention, but by consistently choosing herself. Even when it was uncomfortable, even when it was misunderstood. And that's what makes her presence so powerful. It's not forced. It's not performative. It's grounded. And you can feel that. And that's exactly what happened when she stepped into her independence, took creative control, and started building on her own terms. That takes courage. Because it's easier to stay where it's safe. It's easier to follow what's already working. But growth? Growth requires risk. It requires you to trust yourself before the world does. So now let me bring this back to you. Are you waiting for permission to become who you want to be? Are you holding back because you're scared of what people will say? Are you shrinking yourself just to be accepted? Because if you are, you're not alone. I've been there too. Overthinking every move, worrying about how I come across, trying to be liked by everyone. And honestly, it's exhausting. And it doesn't even work. The shift happens when you realize this. Your life isn't meant to be a performance. You're not here to be approved by everyone. You're here to be real, to grow, to build something that actually matters to you. And the moment you start choosing yourself, everything changes. You walk differently. You speak differently. You stop tolerating things that drain you. You stop explaining things that don't need explanation. You stop chasing people who don't see your value. And suddenly, people start noticing. Not because you tried harder, but because you finally stopped trying to be someone you're not. So no, this isn't about becoming Jennie Kim. This is about understanding the mindset behind her presence. The self-trust, the boundaries, the quiet confidence. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You don't need permission to take up space. And you definitely don't need everyone to like you to be respected. Start choosing yourself. Even when it feels uncomfortable. Even when people don't understand. Even when you doubt it. Because the version of you that you're trying to become, she's not waiting for approval. She's waiting for you to decide. And that's the thing. The more you understand this mindset, the more you start to see it everywhere in different women, different industries, different levels. So now I'm curious, if we break down this kind of energy next, who should it be? Drop the name below and I might just pick yours for the next one. So that's for today. See you in the next video. Bye.